Hey everyone, John from KGTropicals again. I'm going to show you the process that I use and that I would like to see you use when it comes to receiving your package and acclimating your fish. Now, the first thing that I want to say is you're going to get this package, you're going to be excited. You got 13, 14, or maybe even just one or two fish in here. You're excited, you've been waiting for them, they finally get to you, and you're going to be all anxious, wanting to get these things out of here. Now let me just tell you, the fish are fine. They're okay. We packaged them right. They've got oxygen. They're good to go. I've heard of fish staying packaged like this for 4 days and still been okay. I wouldn't try it, but that's what I've heard. So fish, if you think about it, if you're buying fish from pet stores or anywhere else, they've had a few trips like this already. They've gone from the fish farm to the distributor to the pet stores. They travel all over the place. So this isn't anything new to them. My fish, this is going to be the first time they've been shipped, but at least they're only being shipped once and not 3 or 4 times like ones that you might get from your pet store. So don't get anxious. Do this process like I'm going to show you. The fish are going to be fine. It takes a little bit of time, but I'm telling you it's worth it in the end. So this is what you're going to get from us. This is what most of you are going to get from us. Showed you in the last video. It's an insulated box. I even wrote live fish on the top. And this is what you're going to see. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, actually before you even open it up, let's have our stuff ready. 5-gallon bucket, the biggest net that you have, some scissors, and a knife, and that's really just to open up the box. You can do it with your fingernail, whatever you want to do. And I like to do this right next to the tank. If you don't have any buckets, first of all, I find that hard to believe if you're keeping fish. But if you don't have a bucket and you want to do it at the sink, and that's fine. But you want to, the process that involves the bucket, you want to do that pretty quick. So I like using a bucket because we can put it right next to the tank, and it's a lot easier. The fish is out of water a lot less time. The fish that we're taking out of this box, we're going to put in this tank right here. We have the lights turned off on this, and it's mainly because it messes up the camera. A lot of people would recommend that you turn your lights off when you acclimate your fish. I've never done that, and mainly because all of these lights are connected, and if I turn off one, I'm turning off everything. I've never turned the lights off, and I've never had any problems. But, I mean, just turn your lights off. It's not a big deal. That's the best thing to do. It doesn't mean that's what I do, but that's the best thing to do. So I'm right next to the tank. I got everything ready. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to cut the box open. You don't have to be too delicate with the knife because this thing is lined with 3/4 of an inch of styrofoam. So the first thing I want you to do when you open this up is look inside and see what we got going on. If there's water all over the place, then we might have a problem. If there's a little bit of water, don't completely panic. These bags absolutely should not leak. I showed you in the last video. You can throw these bags around and they won't pop. But, you never know what's going to happen when they get into the hands of a shipping company. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, you'll know right when you open the box. So take a look around, see what see how things look. You should, as soon as you open the box and remove the newspaper, you should be able to see the fish in there swimming around. And if you do, if the unthinkable happens and you get a fish that is that's dead, go to our page and there is the DOA procedure. I'm not going to talk about it in this video because it's never going to happen. But if it does, go to that page and you'll see what you need to do when if you end up with a fish that arrives to you dead. But what I'm going to do here, I've looked around. These are all just bags that don't have any fish in them. But here's my red shoulder that in the packaging video we put in here. Really just about 10 minutes ago. But we're going to go ahead and put him in here. Now, the first things first, you want to float these in your tank. Just take the whole bag. The marker that's on it's not going to hurt anything. Just float it in the top of the tank. And all this is going to do is get the water in the bag to the same temperature as the water in your tank. 15 minutes or so. There's not a whole lot of water in here, so it doesn't take long. I'm not going to do it the whole 15 minutes because I just took this fish out of here, so the water is fine. But let's pretend that I let that sit there for 15 minutes. So what I'm doing, I'm going to take my biggest net and I'm going to put it over top of the bucket so that it's resting on the bucket like this. This way I don't have to hold it while I'm doing this. Take my scissors and I'm going to cut the top of the bag off completely. And you're actually cutting through both bags. So it's open now. Here's, the water's free. So I'm going to pour this through the net into the bucket, leaving only the fish in the bucket. And let them go in the tank. That's all there is to it. During the shipping, when a fish is in this water for 12, 14, 24 hours, they're still producing waste. So they're still contaminating the water. And the water that is in these bags can be pretty funky, I'll be honest with you. You cut this open, it might stink pretty bad. That doesn't mean we have bad water in here. Water in here is clean. It's just a small portion of water with the fish still creating waste in it. The water is going to be pretty funky. So we don't want to put this water in your nice fish tank. We want to put it in this bucket and get it out of here. So pour the bag through the net, so all you're left with is the fish. Put the fish in there, everything will be fine. Now, don't freak out if the fish gets into your tank and he just kind of chills for a little while until he figures things out. It's very normal. Give him a day or so, he'll acclimate himself to the tank and he'll color up full if you're buying males, and he'll be happy and everything will be perfect. So follow those steps. It's easy to do. Just make sure you float the bags for 15 minutes or so the temperature gets right. Your fish will be perfect. All right, guys? Thank you so much. See you next time.